Welcome all. Today we are going to see 8 puzzles problem in AI concept. So this is one of the very important problem, and this is one of the under the constraint level of the heuristic function search solving problem. So the main aim for this problem, so it could be just to roll out like the 3 cross 3 board by moving the some best possible way of the conditions, and then we can reach out our final goal. So this is one of the example of constraint satisfaction problem based upon the constraint satisfaction of the relevant rule we are going to apply for solving this problem. So the basic idea and basic the rule for solving this 8 puzzles problem. So we can take up the 4 directions like the upward and then downward and then left and then right. So these are all the 4 actions it could be just going to solve, and with the help of getting the final result. So we can just generate the final success state also in the final end. And this is the flow for the problem solving for the 8 puzzles. So this is one of the very good important concepts in the AI, like the AI, artificial intelligence, for search the problem, like search and then taking the final outcome. And it could be just consisting the like 8 numbered tiles and 1 blank space. So we can arrange the number like the we can take with the 3 cross 3 board, but in the 3 cross 3 board, so we are having the 8 numbers itself in the particular tile, and one tile it having the some blank space. Okay, so this is the condition for the 8 puzzles problem, and the main objective for this problem, so we can just rearranging the tiles from the initial state to goal state. So whatever the feasible way we need for reach out the goal state, we have to just move out the values in the with the help of the blank space. Okay, so the moving one tile at the time into the blank space. Okay, what are all the condition, the what is the rule we are having, like the upward or downward, so what is the condition it should be happening for the particular level. So based upon the particular level, we can just roll out our values. So this is the main focus idea for solving the 8 puzzles problem. So for example, so this is one of the initial state, the problem it should be like given like this ordering, like the initial state this is. So we are having the 3 cross 3 board, so we are having the 8 values in the particular tile, but only one value it having the blank space with the help of the passing our conditions. Okay, so this is the goal state. Finally, how many levels it's going to do. So based upon the high levels, so finally we have reached out our target of a state, goal state. So we have to rearrange the numbers with the help of the blank space. That is the main target value. And what are all the rule we have to follow means, so we have to move the up and then right and then top and then down. So there are the 4 constraint of rules we need to just follow and take out our goal statement. Okay, so this is the thing. And the solving the puzzles 8 puzzles problem, the main what are all the condition it should be need for the thing now. So first, always we should just focus on the heuristic search. So heuristic search, always we can call it as a best first search. So always we should just focus on the minimum of cost of the values only. Okay, so that is a very important step for taking our heuristic search in the best first search problem. And what all the steps flow we need to follow means, so we are going to follow first one, the start from the initial state. What is the initial state is happening in the first statement. Okay, so that the thing we need to just understand, and generate the all possible moves for the blank tile. Okay, what are the condition, so we are having the particular condition we should just follow out with the help of the blank tile. And the next one, calculate the heuristic value for the each new state. So what are the at present of new state, we have to just calculate the heuristic value. So heuristic value, we are having the 3 constraint value here. Okay, so for example, the particular initial state and then particular initial state or current state, so we should just compare to the goal state. So 2 numbers it should be present in the different value means, we should just take as a value, consider as a value for 1. Okay, for example, the current state we are having the particular value, at the same time we don't have any value in the goal state means, we know we just consider as a 1. Okay, so this is the second rule. The third rule is what now? So we are having the current state as a blank space. At the same time, so we are having the value for the what is that? The goal state means we don't know, we don't calculate for the one. Okay, so the condition is what? So we are having the different value in the current state and in the goal state. So we should just consider as a value for one in the heuristic value. The second condition is what? So we are having the current position of value. At the same time, we are having the we are having no value. So okay, we don't have any value in the goal state means we should consider as a one as a heuristic value. And the third condition is, so we are having the blank space in the current state. At the same time, we are having the value in the goal state. At the time, we no need to consider as a one. Okay, so this is the three conditions we should just follow for the every tiles of the statement. Okay, and the next thing is the heuristic H. Already we have talked about the heuristic thing only. So the heuristic search of the problem, it will be rolled out like that only. Always it should be just to consider as a misplaced of the value or different value. Okay, that is the thing. And next one, the select the state with the smallest H value. The heuristic means the ultimate goal is what? Always we can just focus on the minimum value. Okay, minimal number of the value. That's why we can call it as a best first search. And the next one, the repeat the process until H equal to 0, the repeat the goal state. So we have to, until the process we will get the value for the 0, or else we have the same value for the goal state. When we can compare with the each tile, it should be getting the same value, means we can just stop out our processing flow. Okay, so this is the step flow we need to focus. Okay, and next one, the AI techniques, what are all the techniques way it will be just roll out, means the best first search, and then the heuristic search, A star, and then state space. So these are all the main important searching method we can call with the 8 puzzles problem. But in that problem, so we can always talk about like the best first, and as well as it will be just helpful for the heuristic search method, and followed by the state space. State space we have to just consider for the like conditions and as well as the correct decision. Okay, and next one, what are all the advantage for this applications and then this problem solving thing, means the first one, solve the problem effectively using with the heuristics information. Always we can just follow with the heuristic information with the conditions, everything. And reduce the unnecessary searching, so it will be just helpful for reach out the final goal state. And find the shortest path to the goal, you can easy to catch with the shortest path. And next one, AI search and problem solving technique also we can just easy to demonstrate for this problem. And what are all the applications it will be using, means AI, and then robotics, and then route planning, game development, automated planning, and then constraint satisfaction problem. So these are all the application for solving. It will be very helpful for using for this method. And next one, in the before going to solve this problem, so we can just analyze the problem solving of the technique. Okay, so we are having the problem, what are all the possible way we can just analyze with solving the final statement. Okay, so first one, the problem identification. So we are having the problem, so we should just identify the what is the problem is happened. Okay, what is the problem thing. And next one, explore the information. So what all the information it should be there. Okay, what are all the conditions it should be there. So what is our final thing, so what are the parameter we need to follow, everything we should just analyze here. Okay, and the next one, create the knowledge base. Okay, so what all the possible move for the each cases, so we can just analyze with the possible cases, and then it will be stored into the knowledge base. Okay, so when we need some recording information and everything, we can just take with the recordable information. Okay, that's why we can always create with the knowledge base. And the next one, action selection. So what is the possible action way we need to just follow for reach out our goal statement. Okay, so possible means what, so we are having the lot of conditions over there. So possible move, that is a like the very less than move or shortest move we need to analyze for take out our problem statement. The next one, as the intermediate state. Intermediate state means what, it could be just connected with the starting position to the ending position. So is there, it should be need for the some of the condition for making the in the intermediate thing. Okay, so that is the main role for the intermediate state. So it should be as here one of the bridge or connection between the first state and then the last state, or else the before state, and then before state, and then the last state. Okay, and then finally goal state. What is our ultimate goal for reach out the, after the calculating, after the rules, it will be follow out, and then we will get the final goal state. Okay, so this is the process flow for solving the problem, not only for puzzles. So every problem, okay, every problem we can follow in for these techniques. And then these problem, what are the condition we need to find means, the first one, always we can define with the context. What is the context, it should be present over there. And then next one is well defined objectives, and then the problem has set of the activity, what all the activity flow is there for the current position. Okay, and then the previous position is what, and then the future act is what, everything we need to sort out. And the next one is the problem using the previous knowledge and then domain knowledge. Always we can observe with the, what is the domain knowledge, what is the thing, what is the cause is happening for the particular problem. And then the previous knowledge also, that previous knowledge means what, as maybe the same problem we have solved in the previous statements, so that also we have to just take out as the input, okay, for applying for the shortest way of the process. Okay, so this is one of the problem solving strategies. And then the next one is formulate the problem. So formulating the problem means, so we are having the problem identification and then problem definition for this case. Okay, so here we are having the different kind of that strategy over here. So first one, what is to be solved, so what is the thing we are going to solve. Okay, so that the condition we need to analyze, and what are all the condition that would be rise from the action. Okay, what is the final, or maybe we can roll out the these kind of the condition, the rise of the action is what, that also we have to analyze. The next one, what are the initial condition, what is the initial condition is happening for the solving this problem. Okay, so everything we have to just solve, focus on this. For example, the how many tiles over there, how many boats over there, and then what, how many spaces over there, everything we have to solve, focus on that. The next one, what is the specification of achievable objective. Okay, so the main focus of achievable objective is what. Okay, always we can just reach out the final goal state, but anyway we can just analyze the rules, that rules we can follow, what, that the thing we have to observe, and we have to just analyze with the minimum path. Okay, so we are following the rule, okay, that is correct, but we have to just always we can just keep on the the minimum path is required. Okay, the minimum path is achieved. Okay, everything we have to focus with the minimum path, that is it, that's why we can call it as a heuristic. So this problem always it should be talk about like the minimum path of the value with the help of the best first search. But anyway we can just following the all rules and all flows also we can follow, but the thing is what, we have to just achieve the minimum path of the requirement. Okay, so the everything, every information, it could be just to focus in the problem identification and then problem definition of the part here. And next one is problem space. So what is the space of the problem now? Okay, so maybe we can just for roll out the first level is okay, it will take some time, or it will take some constraints means we can just avoid that those condition. Okay, what is the way of we have to solve for the as boosting up the our process, always we can just come out from the some lacking of the information for the next level. Okay, so these also we can just analyze for the problem solving the thing. And the next one, task knowledge, always we can just focus on the task knowledge over here, because of that like the task knowledge means what, so we are having the each and every task of the method we have to get that some prior knowledge for the solving things. Okay, we can move the left side down. Okay, what all the things it should be happen. Okay, so the prior knowledge is very important for solving the this task knowledge of the problem. Okay, and the next one, state space. So state space as here just applying our condition is okay, our what following all kind of the what are the strategy they have given, everything we have followed, everything we have to ensure for this state space. Okay, this is very important over here. So this is the formulating the problem statement, not only the puzzle. So every problem we can go with this problem order. Okay, solving the order and then getting our knowledge, and then we will get the final good outcome. So this is the sample case of the 8 puzzles problem. Okay, so this is one of the state space. So we are having the 3 cross 3 board. So we are having placed with the so number of the value, and leave only one space, only one tile we are having the some space for applying for this moves of the conditions. Okay, what is our condition over here? For example, up, left, down, and then left. Okay, or right. So here these four conditions we have to follow, and then up means what, we the particular number it will be just moving to the next position, and then left means as a left side, and then down means downside, and then right means right side. This is the right. Okay, so just take on the like the right, and so particular value we have to just move out to the these kind of the position of the value. Okay, so only one value or one thing, okay, we have to just follow with the these kind of the up down four order, and then now we can just apply for the heuristic value. So that heuristic value for the each constraint, so which is the minimum path, based upon the minimum path only we can extend our next process. Okay, wow. So this is called as a state space search. So we can see the elaborate discussion for the next slide. Okay, so here what the thing is happening means, so you can look at, so this is the initial state, this is the goal state. Okay, so what are the condition we need to follow here? The first one, we can start with the initial state over here, and then generate the all possible move. Okay, we can whatever the level it will be happening over there, we can just generate with the all possible move over here. Okay, and then the next one, the calculate the heuristic value. So what is the heuristic value? So always we can talk about like the minimum number of the value in relevant to the condition. So that's why we can call it as a best search move. Okay, the next one, select the state with the lowest. Okay, lowest H. So always we can get okay, take with the lowest. All now only we have discussed. Okay, we are calculating the heuristic value, but we need to select with the minimum number of the value. That is very important. Okay, the next one, repeat the process until the h equal to 0. Okay, so when we will get the h equal to 0, for example, there is no like what, there is no mismatch of condition is there. Okay, already we have discussed now how to just give the value for the heuristic, you know. So there is no mismatch of condition, and then there is no the condition is not following, and then we don't have any kind of the preferred the value for means. So the finally the h equal to 0 means we can satisfy the rule, and then we can achieve with the goal. At the time we can check with our goal statement, so we will get the same value in the particular position. Okay, so this is the first condition. The next one, this is exactly what your handwritten in the thing is, the thing is the best first search using the misplaced tail heuristic to solving the 8 puzzles problem. Okay, so these are all the conditions, so we can just following over here. So first one, so what the thing now, this is the initial state, this is the goal state. Now we are going to solve the problem. Okay, so this is the initial state, this is the goal state. So here we are having the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we are having the some randomized value, and then only one blank space. And the goal state, we have to finally, after the ruling function, after the heuristic function, we will get the, this is the goal state. So at that time the h equal to 0. Okay, at the time we will get the value for the h equal to 0. So at the time we can just check with our value, means we will get these values of the final state. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and 1 is the space value. Okay, so this one we have to get it. Okay, so now we can just take with the first initial condition. So initial condition we can take it. Okay, and then apply with the, these all the four rules. So whenever we can take with the particular value, we can consider for upward, downward, left position, right position, everything we have to move it. Okay, where we can move it in the blank space of the value only. Okay, so now we can see, so in the particular initial state we can apply with the four conditions, four rules. So first one, left side, we want to move with the left side. Okay, what the thing is happening here, so we are having, where is the blank space is there, here only blank space is there. So we want to just move with the blank space to the left position. So what the thing is happening, the blank space it's moved to the left position, it's moving to the left position. Okay, now what the value is represent in the this position, so 4 is there. Okay, so 4 it will be just to give come to this point. Okay, it will be coming to the this point. Okay, it goes to the this point. Okay, so what is the current state? 1 2 3, and then here the blank space is coming, and then 4 and then 5 and 7 8 6. This is the left portion of work. Okay, and then the next one, right position, we have to explode. So now we can just take with the initial state. Okay, so here what the thing is happening, 1 2 3 4 and then blank space 5 7 8 6. So now we want to just move with the right portion. So right portion, what the thing we are going to do? So 1 2 3 and then 4, the blank space which will be just roll out to the right position. So automatically the 5, the value which should be comes to the this previous position. Okay, the blank space, it will be coming to the right position. Okay, and the next one, there is a upward portion. So what the thing is happening now, we can just move out the value for with the help of the upward portion. Like what are the things we need to follow? The blank space, it will be automatically come to the this position. Okay, so what the thing we are going to do? So 1 4 7 8 and then 6 and then 5 and then 3, we have the same position in the particular thing. Blank space, we can just move out to the upward position. Automatically the 2, it comes to the this position. Okay, middle position. And then the next one, down. What is meant by the down? So down, we are having the blank space, though down, that it will be coming to the this position. Okay, so what the thing we are going to do? So first one, we can just move to the these numbers. Okay, these numbers. So in before that, we can just take out the unmoved state of the numbers. So 1 2 3 and then 4 5 and then 7 6 as the same old position. The blank space is there. The ultimate thing is the blank space, we want to just move to the this portion. Okay, so automatically the 8, it comes to the upward. Okay, so 8, it will be coming to this position, and then blank space, it will be coming to the this position. So this is the first level of the processing flow. Okay, so now we can apply for the 4 conditions, like the upward and then rightward and then leftward and then downward. So for 4 conditions we have applied with the current position. So current position of the grid. Okay, so whenever we can just roll out the level 1, so we can call it as a current position here. Okay, before the solving the problem, so we can call it as a initial state, but whenever we can just solve with the ruling function, we can call it as a current position. Okay, so now we can just calculate the what is the value, heuristic value. What is the heuristic values of condition? So the condition number 1, so we are having the mismatch value, means we can take the consider as a value for 1. That is the first rule. Okay, so rule number 2 is what? We are having the current position of the grid, so we are having the some tail of the value at the same time. So goal state, we don't have a value. Okay, so at the time we should just consider as a 1. The third rule is what? That we are having the blank space of the current state. At the same time, the goal state, we are having the value. So at the time, we don't need to consider for the 1. Okay, so this is the 3 rule. Okay, it's based upon 3 rule only. When we are compared to the current grid and then the goal grid, we will just assign the heuristic value. Okay, so now we can apply for the heuristic value. Okay, so what the thing is happening? First we can take the left, so we can call it as a current grid. This is the current grid, current state. Okay, so this current state, always we can just compare to the goal state. Okay, that is very important. So first one, 1 is there, no problem. 2 2 is there, no problem. 3 3 is there, no problem. Here we are having the blank space. At the same time, here the goal state, we are having the value. So this time we need to no need to consider for the 1. That is the condition number 3. Am I correct? So we can just rule no need to consider for the 1. Okay. The next one, what? The 4 is there. Here 5 is there. So we are having the mismatch of the value. So that we can consider as a 1. That's why we can just make with the round overall, or make it as a circle over here. Okay. So consider for 1 plus, and then here next we can come to the fifth position. Okay, fifth value. So here we are having the value, and then at the same time goal state also we are having the value. So we are having the mismatched value, mismatched types of the value, we can consider as a 1. And then next we can come to the third row. 7 7 has the same value, 8 is a same value, and here the current state we are having the value, but in the goal state we don't have any value. At that time we can apply for the rule number 2. Okay, what the thing? So we can just consider as a 1 over here. Okay, so this is the three heuristic rule we can apply for the taking our outcome. So the total cost is how much? 3. Okay, so now we can move to the right portion. Okay, so this is one of the current portion. Now we want to just compare to the goal state for the current portion. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 as the same position, no need to consider, and then 4, 5 as the same value, and we no need to consider, and here we are having this blank space. At the same time, here the goal state we are having the 6 value. So what is the condition? The third rule is applied. So we are having the blank space of the current state, but at the same time goal state we are having the value. At the time no need to consider for the 1. Okay, and the next one, 7, 7 as the same value, 8, 8 is the same value, and here we are having the value over here. Am I correct? And then here we are having the blank space. At the time what the thing we should do? We are apply for the second rule. So value is there in the current position, and then at the same time we don't have a value in the goal state. So that's why we can consider as here 1. Okay, and the next one we can move to the upward process. Okay, so what the thing is happening here? So here we want to, this is the current portion. The current portion we want to just check out the goal state. So 1 is there, and then 2, here we are having the blank space. At the same time here goal state we are having the value. At the time we can apply for the third rule, no need to consider for the 1. The next one we can move to the 3, 3 as the same value, 4, 4 as the same value, and then here the 2 is there, but here the 5 is there, mismatched value. That's why we can consider for the 1. And next one, 5 is there, and then 6 is there, we can consider for the value for the 1. And then the next one, 7, and then 8 as the same value, no need to consider. And 6 here we are having the 6 in the current state. At the same time we are having the blank space is there in the goal state. So that's why we can consider as a 1 for the heuristic value. Okay, and the next one, the down is the down position is there. Okay, so now we can, this is a, we can call it as a current portion, this is the goal state portion. We can just compare into that 1, 2, 3 as the same position of number, no need to consider for the any heuristic value, and then 4, 4 as the same number, and here we are having the value, here we are having the value, but at the same time we are having the different value. That's why we can consider as a 1. And the next one, 5 is there, and then 6 is there, we are having the different value, consider for the 1. And then 7, and then 7 is the same value, and then 8, the current position we are having the space. At the same time goal state we are having the value. So this is the third rule. Okay, we no need to consider for the 1. And next one we are having the 6, and at the same time we are having the blank space. Okay, at the time we have to consider for the, this is one of the rule 2, we can consider for the 1. So totally we are having the 3. So here the left portion we are having the 3, and then right portion we are having the 1, and then the upward portion we are having the 3, and then down portion we are having the 3. Okay, so now we can just apply for the heuristic rule of the best first. Our ultimate goal is what? Always we should just take with the minimum of the value. Okay, so what is the minimum value in the overall the conditions? Like the h equal to 1 as the right portion only. Okay, so now we can just move out the next level. Okay, so we want to select with the this one as the heuristic value over here. Based upon the this heuristic value we can roll out the next portion. Okay, so what the thing we have to do, this is the current portion. Based upon this current portion, okay, we can just compare do with the conditions upward, downward, leftward, rightward, and then apply for the heuristic value. Okay, so this is the current state. Now we can take on like that, this is the current state. We can apply for the 4 conditions. So what is the first condition? Left position. Okay, so where is this blank space is there? Here only the blank space is there. Okay, first we can move out to the left position. Left position blank space, it comes to here, and then 5 is comes to here. Okay, and the next one, right portion is we are going to roll out. Okay, so the right portion, so we are having the blank space here in the current portion, so we cannot do the right portion. That's why this process, it will be, it's going to cancel, because of the we cannot able to move with the right portion. That's why we can just cut this portion of the process. The next one, we are having the 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, and this is the blank space. Okay, this is the blank space, we have to just to move with the upward, and then automatically the 3 comes to the next down. Okay, so this is one of the process way. And the next one, down is there. Okay, so down, how it will be roll out means, so that this is the current portion, so here this blank space is there, so it will be come to the this position, means that automatically the 6 it goes to the like upward. Okay, So this is one of the condition passing method. So now what the thing we are going to do in the next level, we want to just do with the heuristic value. So three conditions we have to follow. Okay, so the current, this is the current portion. Okay, after passing the this level 1, so we will get the, these are all the portion of the method of value in the level 2. Okay, so this is the current portion. Now we want to just compare to the goal state. Okay, so first one we can apply for the three rules of the heuristic values. So first one, what the thing, so we want to just analyze the mismatch value and then blank space with the value and then value with the blank space. Okay, three rules we can apply. So first we can compare 1 is the same position, 2 is the same position, 3 is the same position, 4 also same position, and here the blank space is there. At the same time the goal state we are having the value. So this is the condition number, rule number 3. Okay, we no need to consider for the 1. So next one, 5 is there, 6 is there, so we are having the mismatch of the value. So mismatch of the value, so finally we can consider as a 1 over here. Okay, next row, the 7 and 8 we are having the same value in the goal state. At the same time when we can compare with the 6, so here we are having the value, at the same time here we are having the blank space. Okay, so we can consider as a 1 over here. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Okay, this is the final state. And next one, right portion, we already we have just decided we cannot able to get the right portion of the thing, so that's why we have already cancelled. And upward portion, so we just compare with the, this is the current portion, this is the goal state, we should just compare and then apply for the heuristic rules. So 1 2 as the same position, and then 4 5 and then 7 8 as the same position. So here we can just blank space is there, and at the same time the goal state we are having the value. At the time that this is one of the rule number 3, we no need to consider as a value. Okay, and then this is the 5 and then this is a 6, we are having the different value, consider for the 1. At the same time we are having 6 as the position of the value. At the same time the goal state we are having the we don't have any value in the space, so that's why we can consider as a 1. Okay, this is the rule number 3 for 6 and blank space, so consider as a 2. The next one, downward is that, so downward, this is the current portion, this is the goal state. Okay, so now we want to just consider with that, this is the current 1 2 3 as the current state as the same position of the value, and then 4 5 6 as the position of the value, and then 7 8 as the position of the value. Blank space is there, here blank space we are, and then 5 here we are having reach out the 0 possible way of the value. Okay, so we, whenever we can compare with the tail, so we don't have any mismatch of the value, we don't have any current value and then blank space value, and then we don't have as a blank space at the same time as the value over here there in the goal state. So we will get the 0. Whenever we are getting the 0, now we can compare with the value for the goal state. 1 2 3 is the first row, matched, yes, matched only, and then 4 5 6 it should be matched, 4 5 6 matched only, 7 and 8 matched, yes, matched only, blank space blank space. So finally we can just compare with our goal state, we can reach out the final goal also. Okay, so this is one of the ultimate goal for the like 8 puzzles problem. Okay, so the thing is what, now whenever we can just solve with the this kind of the problem, so we can apply for the very easiest moment, and then we will get the easiest solution also. Okay, so always we can just find out the minimum number of the heuristic value for the thing, and then based upon the heuristic value of the minimum search, we can take out the 4 kind of the processing flow, and then we will get the final solution. Thank you.